called the block-in of a model. Okay, so in this case, let's go to the subdivision and let's make it 2 to 2, so that all the sides I am having 1 subdivision in between these two edges, right? All right. Now, first of all, let's make the hammering side. The cylindrical shape will be there. So I'm selecting the faces and I'm extruding it. I'm extruding it. Okay. So this is a cube. Now out of this cube, I want a cylinder. So this has to be a circle, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, selecting these 4 vertices and scaling it down. Can you see? I'm getting a circular shape like this. That is absolutely fine. Now selecting these faces, it can be a little more. Yeah. Once again, I'm extruding it, bring it out, or a little more. Is that okay? Once again, extruding it in the global axis, I'm scaling it up. Is that fine? So I'm keeping this cylindrical shape over here. Once again, extrude, and from here, so I got the cylindrical side of it for hammering. All right. Tell me, is that fine? All of you understood so far? Okay. All right. All right. So this is the cylindrical side. Now coming to this side. So in this side, as I told you, there will be 2 teeth, right? Like this. And there will be 2 teeth. And from the middle portion, we can pluck the nails. So first of all, I'm extruding it. All right. And then let's scale it down. Scaling it down and keeping towards the top. Like I'm maintaining this line, not this line. So now let's check how it is looking like this. Is it okay? Now selecting this and extruding roughly, and selecting this and extruding roughly. So what exactly I have done? I have created 2 parts of it now. Okay, so this side is separate now and this side is separate. Okay, let's go, and manually I have done it, right? So both the sides are not same. So what I should do? I should scale it down so that it will come on one plane. So all the vertices are on one plane now. Okay, this is fine. Let's give it a curve, proper curve. Or
Sir,
let's keep it a little bit inside. Yes, Sagar?
सर फॉर एनीथिंग मतलब सर कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए अगर वर्टाइसेस या प्लेन मतलब सीक्वेंस में मतलब एक ही प्लेन में ना हो तो ये मेथड कर सकते हैं सेंटर स्केल.
Yes, yes, this can be done. But
Center only.
one thing to remember: if you are doing planner, this option will not work. Are you getting my point? In the case of planner, this will not work.
मतलब सर वो exactly
Otherwise,
नहीं होगा.
yeah, 100% it will not come. But visually, you cannot make any difference. It will look like one plane only. Okay, for polygonal modeling, this can be done. Okay, now what I am doing now, both the sides are separate, right? How to understand both the sides are separate? Just press 3. You can see this side and this side is separate now. All right. Now what I'm doing, I'm selecting all the 4 faces, going to the front view and extrude. Now this time in the local axis only, I'm moving it like this. All right. And now scale it down. Okay. Scale it down. That's fine. Now selecting this and just rotate a little bit. Sorry. All right. Go to the front view. This area, it can be managed a little bit like this, right? That's fine. Now what I'm doing, taking multi-cut tool and giving one loop, sorry, one loop over here, one loop over here. And now what can be done, okay, before that, I'm just thinking to do another work, like I think this is the best time to do this. Inside, make sure nothing else is selected. Only those vertices are selected. Okay. So it has to be very narrow, actually, very flat. This portion has to be, not this much height. So I'm just reducing the height of this area. It has to be like this, very narrow, that part. Okay, inside part. Now I'm coming to the front view, and what I was doing. So first loop, second loop, and make it circular. All right. Tell me, is that okay so far? All of you understood? Okay. All right. All right. All right. What I did basically, Shekhar, this two I extruded separately, and this two I extruded separately. So okay, these are mistakes, right? So be very careful while working, so nothing else is selected. Make sure. Intentionally, I kept it like this. So now, just to make in one plane. Now looking like at the same plane, right? Now selected all of these and kept it like this. Select like this, extrude. Like this, and then I added divisions and made it curve. Okay. All right. Now the next job will be to create the handles, the handle of it, right? So let's check how to do that. In Polygon, what we discussed, everything we need to do from the same polygon. We are not going to keep a separate cylinder. All right. So selecting both the sides, extrude, and in the local axis, scale it down. So it is done for both the sides. Now select the corner vertices. When you are selecting, make sure nothing else is selected. Scaling it down. So for this case also the same thing. Scaling it down. All right. Now the faces are selected. I'm extruding. You know what? I'm not bringing it out at the very first extrusion because the wooden handle, it is coming out from inside, isn't it? So what I'm going to do in this case, let's push it inside first. All right. Then again extrude and then bringing it out. And this can be a little smaller. Okay. And if you think it is too much, I think it is too much. It should be less. The height should be less. All right. Okay. Now, in this case, also the same thing I have to do. First, extruding it, pushing it inside. Okay. Again, extruding, bringing it out. And this time, the lower part should be a little bigger, and it will be not exactly circular, but it can be like this because most of the hammer I have seen, the design is like this. Tell me, so far you understood or not?
यस सर सर कल मैं चेयर बना रहा था.
I will come to that part, Sagar. I will give you time to talk about that. For now, just concentrate on this. Okay. So whatever so far we have done, if I deselect it and bring it like this, just look at it from a distance. Just look at it from a distance. It is looking like a hammer is there. Okay. So this much is called the block-in. Are you getting my point? All of you, just tell me. This much is called the block-in. Okay, you are getting the outer appearance of the object, but when you go close, the detailing is not there. Fine. So this is called block-in. So generally, I will tell you, okay, guys. So make it, and after the block-in, just show it to me, and then do the detailing. Okay, generally we work in the classroom like that. So this blocking is very, very important. Very, very. If your blocking is incorrect, your final output is going to be incorrect. You are giving the proportion and everything in the blocking only. All the features are visible in the blocking only. Okay. Now let's add some detailing to it and we'll convert it into a cage model. Okay, so if it is a simulation model, so only this much will be there. See, for this case I have used 160 polygons. So in simulation model it will be like that only. So there will be no detailing, no extra edge, nothing. So you just keep it like that at the background. Okay, anyway it is looking, it will look like a hammer only lying down somewhere. Understood? The simulation model, very limited number of uh, polygons will be there. Now let's convert it into a cage model. Because when it is in a long shot, suppose this is a character, it is in a long shot, I don't want to see these edges, isn't it? Even these edges, it has to be smooth enough in a cage model. So definitely let's press 3 and check how is it looking. Pressing 3. Now have you seen, I'm liking this part now. It is looking like that, realistic. But rest of the part is gone. Okay, it is looking like a toy now, not looking like a realistic hammer. Why so? Because I lost all the edges. Who is that?
Because it's not locked.
Sorry.
Because it's not locked.
Yes, because it is not locked. You are correct. Because it is not locked. So I lost all my edges. And while pressing 3, it is becoming smooth from all the sides. So if it is a toy, okay, in a movie, so this year the third year students, they are making a movie. Little girl is there and she is having so many toys, so they are making so many toys. In that case, if the hammer is a toy, this hammer is correct. But realistic hammer, this is incorrect. It will not work. So for that, let us check. Last day we discussed about locking, so I am going to do the same. Locking. So what can be done? Manually, let's check how to lock. So making it double loop. Let's check. Okay, retaining the shape, isn't it? All right. So I want all my hard edges. Then only it will look realistic. So even over here, even over here. Let us check this side if it is looking fine now. All right. This is looking fine. Now the same thing for this handle, right? So locking this part. Now just check this part. This part. Not looking fine, isn't it? So for this, what should I do? I should lock this also over here. And you know what? This is going inside. If I press 4, I can see this is going inside up to this much. So over here also in this part, I should lock. And then let's check. Now it is looking fine. Okay, I have locked that also and this
सर
also. Yes,
तो सर हम लोग लॉकिंग करने के टाइम एक्स्ट्रा लूप्स ऐड कर सकते हैं, मतलब एक्स्ट्रा हो जाएंगे तो.
that's what I'm doing, but not unnecessary. How much is needed? You should add that much only, not too many.
तो सर
Okay,
पॉलीगन की साइज बढ़ेगी क्या?
that's fine. So now it is increased by 216. It was 160. Now it is 216. Absolutely fine. I'm going towards the cage model. Understood? Now
Yes.
now it is not anymore a simulation model.
Sir, offset edge loop is helpful here.
In some cases, offset edge loop can help you, but most of the cases will not. So use inside edge loop. Okay, use inside edge loop. It will be better to be on safer side. So over
Yes.
here also inside the same thing. So I don't know why. Yeah, it's happening. So just over there. Understood? Inside. The same thing I have to do for this. This is 3. Okay. So some of the areas looking good now. Okay. But still some of the areas, suppose this edge, not looking good. This edge, it's not looking metallic till now. So now let's check the disadvantage of locking. Okay, you have seen the advantage of locking. Now in this, I'm giving one loop over here and one loop over here just to lock. And now what's happening? I'm pressing 3. This area is looking good, exactly looking like a metal. But from here, according to the topology, the loop is going over there and it is coming over here. Now the cylindrical shape is gone. Over here, the cylindrical shape is gone. I'm creating hard edges. So this is the disadvantage of locking. Okay. So in this case, I cannot use this locking like this. Okay. I'm not going to give loops in this case, but I will do something else. Just check. Then how to lock this area. Selecting these faces and selecting all the side faces. Okay. All the side faces. Okay. Check it very carefully. Nothing else is selected. All right. And I'm extruding it. Extruding in a local axis. Remember, extruding in the local axis and just scale it down a little bit so that I'm keeping a loop inside. Are you getting my point? All around, I'm keeping a loop. Let's zoom into this area. It is looking fine. Actually, I should go to the front view. And you know what? It is too less, the shape over here. So let's increase it a little bit properly. Over here also the same thing. Okay, so both the sides I have done this. Now press 3. Now it is looking perfect, looking like a metal. Understood? So now the hammer is looking realistic and looking like a this portion like a metal. This much is all
Sir,
right. Yes, Sagar.
so sir, आपने loop निकाल दिया था ना?
Yes.
And scale down मतलब तो loop को सर आपने decrease किया ना?
I extruded it and then scaled it down.
No sir. हाँ extruded okay sir.
Until unless you are extruding it, the double loop you are not going to get over there. So this much is okay, right? I guess you have written. All right. Now, so what we are getting right now. So this is the cage model. This is the cage model. All right. So in for the case of a hammer, so the cage model and the hero model will be the same, right? So there will not be too much difference uh, because this is human made object and everything is very plain and not organic shape. So it will be the same. In hero model also it will look the same. But I'm just telling you, if you want to do a little bit more detailing to it, okay. So what can be done? I'm just showing you. It is not needed. You people don't have to do this, but can be done. I'm adding some edge loops. Let's add one more. From here, I'm splitting over here. Up to this much, okay, and then I'm splitting like this. Actually, before this, first you need to smooth and then you can do this. Anyway, I'm just showing you the process how to do it. So I have created two triangles over here, isn't it? So I am just deleting the inside one. So now this is a quad. This face is a quad. One, two, three, four. Okay, this is a quad. Similarly, one, two, three, four. Okay. Now selecting the in between one and pushing it inside. Same thing for this. Okay. Now what's happening? Let's check. What's happening? You know what? Because this is wooden, so this kind of crack marks will be there, isn't it? Because the handle is wooden. So you can exaggerate it a little bit. I have kept it very, very less. So if you want, you just can exaggerate it a little bit more.
So can you say you just what you did?
Sorry?
तो मतलब आपने किया था ट्राइंगल के साथ
Hmm?
पर्पस क्या था सर?
Sorry?
नहीं सर ट्राइंगल अपने क्रिएट किया वो स्लाइड एज टूल से
Hmm?
उसका पर्पस डिटेलिंग है क्या?
Yeah, to add detailing. Okay. Now can you see over there? Because this is wooden, no? So this kind of cracks can be there in wooden handle. So like this, you are adding more detailing to it, will be converted into a hero model. Okay, but in the metal, it will be the same. There will be no difference. But over here, it can be a little difference. This part you don't have to do it right now. Okay, but the enter model up to the cage model you have to create. That will be your assignment, and you need to submit it. So tell me, all of you understood this? Okay. All right. All right. So
Sir, how can we bring that left corner index in our Maya?
what I didn't get your point.
So
Left corner.
left corner index where
This one.
vertex is. Yes, sir.
This one. Go
Yes.
to display. Go to display. Heads up display and poly count. Okay. Display. Heads up display. Poly count. All right. Now I'll talk a little bit about topology. Okay. About topology. I'm just increasing the subdivision level and 1 minute. Let's increase only one subdivision level. It will be easy to understand. Okay. So duplicate. I have created 3 cubes. I have created 3 cubes. So what is the rule of polygonal modeling? So far I talked about only one rule, and that is okay. I'm asking all of you. That rule is, so far we talked about only one rule. That rule is,
We can use, sir, only one poly model for making model. One poly.
no, no, no,
Polygon.
no, 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 something else. Something else. Try to remember. Topology, only quads must be used. Mayuresh, you are correct. Yes, Vijay, you are correct. It should be in quads. Whatever you are making, that has to be in quads. Okay, that's the rule. That's the only rule we talked about. I told you only that rule. All these 3 cubes are correct so far. What do you think? All the cubes are correct so far?
No, sir. Feet are not in chords.
Sorry,
So वो chords में नहीं है.
these are not in quads. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
What do you think,
Because
guys?
कॉर्ड भी है सर वो 4 पॉइंट्स है
Okay, you know what? Blindly you can say these are correct because these are basic primitives. I didn't change anything on it, right? So these are all quads. So take any of the faces, these are all quads. How come it is quad? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All are 4, 4, right? So all are quads, yes. Now,
सर बट हम लोग को chords के उसमें vertices चेक करना है कि faces चेक करना है.
quad means one face. So how come you will check the faces? A quad means one face. So this is a quad. 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 One face.
Sir,
One
only
face
faces are.
containing 4 vertices.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now, let me do something. I'm selecting this edge. I'm showing you another tool also, and I'm changing it a little bit. I'm going to the edit mesh option, and there is something called spin edge backward and spin edge forward. What does it mean? Just check. I'm doing spin edge backward. Have you seen? It is spin like this. Now I'm selecting this. The same thing I'm going to do. Check it once again. Now spin edge forward. The other side. I've spinned it. Now tell me, all the objects is perfect now, or there is some problem?
So problem is there.
What do you think, guys?
Because
All of
sir,
them. Hmm.
because sir, one page should contain 4 vertices, but you divide it in triangle, that way 3 vertices only.
Okay. So my question is, now all the objects are correct or not? Or some objects are correct, some objects are incorrect. So what do you think? That is my question. So you just take it in like this. So object number 1, object number 2, object number 3. So which one is correct, which one is incorrect? I am asking you that. Object number 1, object number 2, object number 3. Tell me now. Okay. Okay. Other people, come on. Out of 30, only five people are answering. What do you think? I already told you the rule. I manipulated a little bit. What are you thinking now? I just want to know. Until unless I know your point of view, I'll not understand if you people are really understanding or not. Okay, Devanand is saying all are correct. Okay. Mayuresh is saying all objects are correct. Okay, only the face of two objects are incorrect. Okay. But just one is in rule means what do you want to say, Devanand? Your last answer was all are correct. Okay, in rule. But just one is in rule.
सर वो बोल रहा है क्वार्ट्स के रूल के अकॉर्डिंग मिडिल वाला करेक्ट है बाकी उसने ऊपर जो बोला वो अलग है मतलब
I got the point. Yes. Okay. Now let us check. Okay. Actually, Devanand, your last answer was correct. That's why I read it loudly. You know what? So all of you are thinking like these two are triangles, so not maintaining the rule. These two are triangles, not maintaining the rule. Now let us check. Okay, let us check. Going to the vertex mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a quad. Okay. Now coming to this, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this edge is there, no? Because this edge is there, this is correct. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a quad. So intentionally I made it like that just to confuse you guys. Now I guess you understand. Sometime in your model this kind of faces will come and you should not be confused. Am I clear? Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? So those are quads, not triangles. So all my three objects are properly correct and obeying the rule. All right. So now, you know what? Now coming to the main part, what actually I wanted to tell you. Now I'm taking the smooth command, and with two subdivision level, I'm smoothing it first. This is my second object. This is my third object. Okay. You know what? All three objects are cubes only. But have you seen over here, the topology is like this: vertical loops and horizontal loops, right? But in this case, my loops are in this side and in this side, and in this case also, it is in diagonal. The loops are okay. So all the three objects are cubes only, but topologically, all the three objects are different. I guess you were getting what is topology, right, guys? What is topology? You were getting my point, right? Okay. So the topology is the mesh flow, means the flow of this wireframe. The mesh flow of an object is called topology. Is that okay? So just write it down. Write it down. What is topology? The question is, what is topology? The answer is the mesh flow of an object. The mesh flow of an object. And you know what? After that, a few things you need to write. Suppose in the exam, this question is coming. What is topology? Very, 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 very important question. Okay, what is topology? Very important question. So in the answer, now you just write it down, the mesh flow of an object, because so far you have seen what we are doing and how I am changing the topology. Today I showed you how you can change by spinning the edge. You can change the topology of an object. You have seen that, right? It was straight and I made it diagonal topology. So like that you can change the topology. But this is called the topology, the mesh flow of an object. And how it should be gradually in organic modeling we'll see, and that time you will write down a little bit broader answer of this same question, what is topology. So just leave some area below this question, what is topology. For now just write it down, the mesh flow of an object is called topology. All right, so now anybody wants to show me anything you will have done or you will faced any problem, just let me know.